Hey guys, Shadow Reviewer here. Today, I'm looking at Avatar: The Last Airbender, Book 2, Chapter 13, The Drill. It's a pretty good episode, with one minor setback. I'll get to that. So, they finally reach Ba Sing Se, only to find out a Fire Nation drill is trying to penetrate the wall and trying to evade Ba Sing Se. Now, I like the start of this premise. I think it's very good. It's like, how do I put this? It's kind of like one long movie as I try to take down something, but shorten it, the short version. And the way they come up with this is very well done. There is a light bit of comedy in there, like with the kind of mixed on words and why it's called Ban Sensei. Got a little laugh. The bit with Toph as she helps Katara, Aang, and Sokka enter inside the drill. Oh, it's so dark in here. Oh no, what a nightmare. I get why Toph would say that, because duh, she's blind. Honestly, very well done. Now, Sokka here is absolutely great. He can be a little tad annoying, but at least the enthusiasm and the teen spirit is in there. So they get inside the drill, and it's a pretty tense fight as they try to destroy the drill from the inside. And it's among here the best. And I like that not only Katara and Aang use their water bending to try and cut the metal, but Aang actually takes some advice from Toph from Chapter 9. Go watch that episode. Go watch that review of that episode. And I love that spirit of continuity. Fantastic, Aang. I love that you actually you took a bit of Toph's advice and used it as an advantage to win. This is freaking great. This is great character writing at its finest. Oh yeah, and now then we get Azula, Mai, and Ty Lee. And them taking on Team Avatar is great. I mean, my favorite part of the entire thing is Aang versus Azula, and it's fantastic. And it's great that Aang uses the 3 elements that he one that he already knows, and 2 that he learned to fight against Azula, because airbending is not gonna work. I like he tries to use the water he took from Katara as a bit of water bending. I love that he tries to encase himself in earth, which I think is a nice bit of foreshadowing for later. And I felt a bit of intensity when Azula knocked him down and the drill eventually broke through the wall. I thought at first she was finally gonna beat him, but he eventually wakes up at the right moment and uses a rock fist to block her firebending attack. That's freaking great. I also like that Katara and Sokka, when Mai and Ty Lee try to catch them, they jump into where the earth and where the water and the rocks go out. And I like Mai's reaction. He's like, I am not going in there. But Ty Lee's like, but you heard what Azula said. We have to follow them. Yeah, I'd rather her firebend me than go in there. Oof. And Ty Lee just does it anyway. And I love Katara's line when she traps Ty Lee in the form of the not so water. Oh, you can't Tai Chi my bending skills now, you circus freak? I love that. That's exactly what I would say after she whooped my ass. And I like that Toph also comes around and they Sakura back in there, and it starts to blow up, as Sakura would say. Oh, and Ty Lee, before all of this happened, she took down a whole army of Earthbenders by herself. That's how shows that how dangerous she is without having to bend. That is terrifying. I don't want to get on that girl's bad side. And honestly, everything up to this point is fantastic. And I like May's response when she eventually reunites with Azula and Ty Lee. We lost. Seriously? Now coming to the part that slows it down. The subplot with Iroh and Zuko. Now, this is done a little better than the previous one, but it still drags it down a little. Now, I like Jet's keen sense of thinking here. He was thinking of inviting Zuko to be part of the Freedom Fighters when he catches Iroh, who, I will admit, was a dumb moment on his part. Talk about being subtle. He should have been more careful. As Jet catches Iroh, firebend his hot tea. And I like that Jet instantly catches on and decides to subtly follow Iroh and Zuko to Ba Sing Se. And that's pretty much where the episode ends there. And it makes me kind of intrigued. So not a bad subplot, but it is slightly better than the other one. Not by much. So that's my review of The Drill. Fun, decent action, great fight between Aang versus Azula. I loved a bit of comedy. The subplot is a little meh, but still better than the last one. And a ton of fun schematic problems from Sokka. Top-notch stuff. Tomorrow, I'll be looking at Chapter 14, City of Walls and Secrets. Yeah, that's it. Until then, I'm the Shadow Reviewer, signing off.